Today we are going to be covering hip mobility and flexibility. We are going to be opening up those hips which are feeling really, really tight or stiff. Maybe you're training and you're just finding that you can't move the next day, or you want to improve your performance in the gym, and the only way you're going to do that is to improve that flexibility and mobility around the hips. Or perhaps you're simply tired of feeling stiff and achy and you want to find better movement. So without further ado, let's get started. Come on down to your mat, and you're going to take your feet out into a wide-legged position, side to side. So just gently moving over to one side and then coming over to the other, all the way through, just finding a gentle shift side to side. We're going to build up this practice to actually create a little bit of warmth as we move through, inhaling and exhaling. From here, we're going to start to shift the body up. So you might take the hand out in front of you, or if you feel you've got a little bit more balance, you're going to take the hands up and out. So starting to use the core to help you shift up into the hips. You might notice you start to move forward into your mat or shifting along the ground wherever you are. So don't worry, just reshift yourself back to where you need to be. From here, we're going to find a lift. So we're going to do a hip shift. So shifting into the front of the shin, you're going to drive the body up, inhale, press the hips forward, and then exhale, release. Take the feet back over, switching sides, pressing up into the shin, and gently release. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhaling. Last one, all the way through. Inhale and release. Coming back into the wider stance with our knees and feet. So take the hands behind you again, and this time you're just going to sink the hip inward. So we're rolling the hip inward, or internally rotating the hip here, and then we're going to switch sides. So dropping the knee inward and internally rotating the hip, and then switching. So try to keep the other leg up as you internally rotate the hip. Take your time. Don't worry if you're not coming down as low as I am. It's not important. It's just finding a little bit more mobility through that hip. Inhale and exhale as you move through. Try not to tense up or hold your breath, because you're just going to make this 10 times harder. 2 more times. Last one. Great work. And then bring it back to center. From here, take your hands behind you, and you're going to take your left arm in front of you. You're going to drive the body up and over. So you're finding an active back bend, but you're actually driving the hips up. So you're going to press the hips up. Inhale, exhaling. Inhale, come back down, and then switch sides. I'm going to show you from the side as well. So drive the hips up and exhale, bring it down. So from the side, taking that right hand behind you, drive the hips up, inhale, exhale, inhale, release, and switch sides, up and over. Maybe looking down towards the hand now. Let's do that again, one more time, both sides. Inhaling, look down, exhale, and then inhale, reach it up, and exhale. Great work. From here, take your right leg underneath you. You're going to shift the body forward, coming up into the front knee. And then from here, you're just going to gently push forward and then release, come back down, switch sides, come up and come into that front knee. And we do that a couple of times using the hands for support. Inhale, exhale. Try to keep the heel onto the ground as you drive forward. So heel is grounded, and exhale. Then from here, maybe you can start to shift forwards and back without your hands. Again, it doesn't matter if you can't, just use your hands. Good. 2 more. And last one. Coming all the way up and release. From here, sweep the body round, come into all fours. Now from here, I need you to take your knees out to the side. You want to have your heels and your ankles and your knees in line with each other. From here, you're going to come onto the forearms and you're still in a squared off position at this point. And then from here, you're going to shift the body forward, rotating through the hip, through the knee in the right side, and then release. Same thing again on the opposite side. So come forward and rotate through that left hip. Now you may again notice you may be more restricted one side than the other. Just take your time, find what feels right for you. You may need to bring the knees in a little closer. Maybe you can take them out further away. Whatever feels right for you, but just shifting one side and then shifting the other. Great work. And all the way back to center. From center position, see if you can shift the hips back. So it will feel like quite a deep stretch as you send the hips back, but we're looking to open up into the groin. Nice deep breaths in and out. Take a couple more rounds of breath. Then start to walk the hands up, reaching the back up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back, intensifying that stretch slightly, inhaling and exhaling. Great work. Deep breath in. And then exhale. Slowly bring the feet in. Draw the knees in. Bring the feet in and draw the knees in. Take the hands back out in front of you. Again, tuck the toes in. Send yourself up into your hips and to your bottom. Walk the feet out. You want to have the toes turned in slightly and the heels out. From here, just slowly walk your hands back and release the head. Finding a deep straddle fold here. Again, we can now gently pulse into this movement. So we're just going to gently move up and down, inhaling and exhaling. Try to keep yourself relaxed, relax your jaw. And then from here, we're going to shift side to side. So rise up and you're going to now have the toes facing straight ahead, okay? Walk the hands across. You can use your hands for support. You're going to gently shift and open up the toes to the sky, the hips ascending back. And we're trying to keep the knee behind the toes, but it doesn't matter if they don't, it's not important. And then rise back up. And we'll do the same on the other side. You may find you're more restricted one side than the other. So maybe you come into your left side and it's a little bit tighter in the hamstring than it is in the right. Switch sides. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Last time. Switch. Good. And then release. Then you're going to walk your way all the way around to the top of your mat here. Bring your right knee down to the floor and your left foot is grounded. From here, swivel that right foot. So you want to have the foot in line with the knee. Slide your body up, take your hands to the inside of the leg and then drive the knee forward. You want to keep the heel grounded. You're going to be opening up into the pelvis, inhaling and exhaling. Deep breaths in, exhale. If you, for any reason, you start to cramp up in the glute, obviously just release out of it and then return back into it. Take another nice deep breath in, come back up, take the hands down to the ground, switch the legs over, rise up. Hands to the inside of the thigh and drive it forward. Deep breaths in. Now remember, it's important we're keeping the back up tall. You shouldn't be like leaning into it. You want to keep it nice and tall. So we're opening everything up for you. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Good. From here, swivel back round to the front of your mat. Now you're going to take the left foot to the outside of your left hand. You have two options here. You can either just keep the knee grounded slightly further back behind you and just gently sink into the stretch, rolling the shoulders back. Or if you're a little stronger in those hip flexors, you can push out into the back of the heel. So if you're in the back of the heel and you've got the leg extended, you can just gently rock forward and back. However, obviously if you're in your knees, you're just going to stay here and hold that stretch for me. As I say, up here, we can shift forwards and back, maybe find some circles here, whatever feels good for you here. Good. And 2 more stretches, and 1, and release. So lifting that chest up, and then exhale, we're going to switch sides. Take the right foot to the outside of the right hand, drive the knee forward, find that stretch. So again, keep the chest lifted here. You really want to open up that back hip flexor. So you want to lengthen the body rather than collapse into the body. If you struggle to have your hands on the floor, place some books or blocks underneath your hands. That'll give you a little bit more height for you. Same thing again here though. You can tuck the toes in, find that extended stretch, and then gently rock forward and back. Or you can take some little circles, just circling the body out. Good. 2 more. Last one. And gently release. Take the feet back, tuck the toes in, walk yourself back, slide your hands up to your thighs, and you're just going to reach your arms up nice and tall. Big stretch, opening up. Exhale, release. And this time we're going to reach all the way up. Take the hands down into the lower back, so placing the top of the hands on top of the bottom, and roll the shoulders back. Find a gentle stretch, sending the hips forward. And if you wish to, you can take your hands to your feet if you have that as an option. And then exhale, gently release all the way down. Release those toes, and you are done. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more mobile now into those hips. You can of course speed this up, and if you want to see some of my other flows that I do in terms of functional flexibility, opening up the whole body, then do just check out this playlist and see what works for you. I have various options available from gentle right through to intermediate, so there's a flow for everybody. Let me know how you got on with this routine today. Did it help? And I'll see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care.